Okay, lastly, is we're talking about machines. Now, what's the difference between a machine and a frame? Well, analysis-wise, nothing. They're the same thing. But functionally, machines are structures designed to transmit and modify forces. So they have moving parts, and so their main purpose is to take input forces and convert them into output forces, right? So you have these pliers, you squish here, and it squishes down on this, or it looks like these are wire cutters, and it squishes down on this wire. So yeah, it's just what I just said. So we're going to create a free body diagram. How do we do this? We're going to create a free body diagram of the complete machine, including the reactions that the wire exerts, right? Because we have it's squishing down here, it's pushing on the wire, so the wire's pushing back with the same force, right? And then you can go through and say, hey, this looks an awful lot like that last problem we were just looking at. It's two separate bodies, so you have this coming through here, you have this coming through here, and you'll notice AX and AX, they're the same magnitude but equal and opposite. AY, same magnitude but equal and opposite. And then you go through and you can figure that out. So the machine is a non-rigid structure. So we're going to use one of the components as a free body diagram. And we're going to take the moments about, say, A, right? So here, let's take the moments about this. And you end up with this this distance A times P is going to equal to this distance B times Q. So the output force of this can be found to be A over B times P. So you'd make this ratio nice and big, and hopefully everyone just kind of has a sense for that. Like with pliers, you get really long handles, so you can squish on it. It doesn't take as much force to put a lot of force on whatever it is that is on the pliers. Okay, we're done. That's it. Trusses. Let's talk about trusses. All members are two force only. If you have anything that is not a two force member, it is not a truss. Okay, it might look like a truss, but it is not a truss if it has any member that is more than a two force member. No members are continuous through a joint. Okay, so everything goes from one to the other. Otherwise, you'd have to deal with moments, and that's not appropriate for trusses. The method of joints is the painful but sometimes necessary process. It's when you go through each step, each joint by joint, and you figure it all out. When do you use that? Only when you have to is the short answer, right? Try to avoid it because it's a whole lot of steps, but if you need the answers for every single member, it's just what you have to do. And then you have the method of sections. If you can do this, do this. That is as clear as I can be. This is a preferred method. Do the method of sections if you can. It's much easier, but it's less powerful in the sense of if you have to figure out for every single member. You could actually throw away the method of joints. You could never use it. And you could use the method of sections to figure out the forces in every single member. But you will find that you have to do so many sections that it is just as much work as just doing the method of joints throughout. Okay, frames. What do we know about frames? At least one multi-force member. They're generally stationary, is the difference between a frame and a machine, right? And they're considered, when you analyze them, when you analyze them, you consider independent but related members for free body diagrams. And lastly, we have machines. So generally we're using them to transmit forces, but the analysis is the same as for frames. It's just, as far as the analysis goes, frames, machines, same thing. Okay, that is it. We will go over this stuff in class more, but good luck and start working on the homework.